Hey y'all, look at this. We're back at the boat. There's our other hole, and our other hole, they moved it from up here to down there. I wish they'd have left it up there because that's a better place to work. But they put our hole down there and they put somebody else's hole. A guy used to have his boat here, over there, in my place. I don't like that, but anyway, we're building sawhorses to raise those up and flip them and clean the bottoms of those and do some epoxy work where some of the paint wore through on the bottom from our little bamboo things there rubbing. So anyway, we got the first one built here like that, and this is mahogany wood, by the way. I stumbled onto some mahogany wood in bundles at the lumber yard, and you can buy these bundles of 6 feet long, maybe 10 pieces, I guess, maybe so, like 60 feet for 450 pesos, $9. You can get 60 feet of 1x2 decent looking, you know, mahogany. It's not all perfectly straight, but I'm using short things, so even if it's slightly curved, it's a sawhorse, but all the ones I've got are straight, you know, pieces here, so I'm good to go. So anyway, we're gonna finish nailing up this one, and then we're gonna go and see if we can get some guys to come help us flip that guy over on top of these so we can clean the bottom of that. So Paradise, you know what I mean by that one that my finger's pointing at right there. Paradise out. Hey, you don't usually get this view of an outer hull of the Paradise Trimaran, do you? We flipped it, boys and girls. We flipped it upside down. On the other hull, we did it, raised it up and got up high so we could do all of our work, but it wasn't as easy to do, you know, as it is if it's like this. You know, here we just work on just like a tabletop, but you can see all of the little shells. See this one here? That's a little shell there. And again, the top part comes off. It's just like the little lid, but the bottom part, that sucker, as I said before, if you can invent a glue that's as good as what this adheres itself to the bottom of the boat with, it'll beat the crap out of epoxy and super glue, because that stuff is tough to get off. So any chemist out there, get busy. You better talk to a marine biologist too. They can come in and help you figure out what the glue is that those things use to adhere themselves to the boat. So anyway, we basically got the same stuff we did on the other boat. This is the green is the algae. These little trails here, these are little tiny, I don't know what to call them, sandworms, but there's little tiny holes. These are tunnels, and little something goes in and out of these things. I don't know what they are, but they're tunnels, and we power blast it first and get, you know, algae and stuff like that, whatever we can get off with the blaster, or the pressure washer, we'll say. And then after that, we'll do whatever is remaining with putty knives and chipping these guys off with a little block of wood and hitting the putty knife level parallel with this so we don't dig into the bottom of the boat. But you can see here where my bamboo keep it off the bottom of the ocean tube was, but that's a bad place. And the reason it's a bad place, because number one, if it gets back up on here on this single strake or chine, whatever you want to call it, they're supposed to be called strakes, here it'll rock back and forth, see, and it'll rock this way and rub here, and then when it wants to, it'll rock that way and rub there. See it rubbed right through the paint and epoxy and everything. So I got to refinish this and refinish this here, and the ropes are also rubbing and wearing through the epoxy enamel in some places. Let's see if this back one is doing it. Here's a little chip out of the corner there, but well, we'll wait till it's clean. But right now it doesn't look too bad on this side. And you see, this is where the thing tries to rub through the epoxy. I've got marine epoxy, which is gray, and I've got non-sag epoxy, which is the yellow beige. So I've got 2 layers of epoxy on here, and it's not getting through those. This one, it barely got through the paint. This one, it got through the paint and the top regular marine epoxy, and started to work on the non-sag. So we got to figure out a better solution for these little cross supports, or little resting places, bamboo resting places, we'll call it. because when it sets out there and it gets down to low tide, as I've said this before if you watch my other videos and been kind of keeping an eye on this series, as the tide goes down, that bamboo sets on the ground, but the boat is still floating and the waves are still going in, so it's kind of doing like a little scratching motion. And these little sharp shells are also on our little bamboo tubes, and they're just scratching and scraping and trying to, you know, get through there. So we got to come up with something better. And I have a thought that rubber tires, for some reason coral doesn't grow on those, and I don't think shells will stick to them, because in Florida, and I said this in another video, recent one, in Florida they threw millions of these tires into the ocean thinking they were going to build an artificial reef. The problem is nothing grows on them. So you got a million tires polluting the ocean and nothing grows there. There's no sea life, there's nothing. So it didn't work out. It was a huge failure. So, but that would be good for me, because this stuff wouldn't grow on the rubber. In fact, if you could rubberize the bottom of this, you know, maybe nothing would grow on it. And you know that truck bed liner stuff? Huh? You thinking what I'm thinking? Truck bed liner, that black stuff that you put on your truck bed, that's a rubber kind of a stuff. Maybe shells don't stick to that. And if that ever worked, that would be fantastic for all the sailboat communities and stuff. And that sprays on. You can just spray that on with a, you know, like a paint gun. You don't have to roll it on with a roller. You can just shoot it on with a spray gun once you prepped your hull. So you're welcome to use that idea if you want. You don't have to pay me any commissions, or, well, maybe some commission. Okay, if you use it and it works, I'll accept and require a commission on that. But anyway, here's the other side where it tried to eat through there. See, like that. That's bad news. So that's all the stuff we got to do. This is the maintenance part, and this is I don't know what you call it, maintenance, repair. Maintenance is also scrubbing these bottom holes out too. So we're going to, it's starting to rain here, so I don't know if it's ever going to really start raining or not. But right now there's a big low pressure area off of the island of Luzon, or Samar, which is right under Luzon, and it's sucking in a lot of moisture and rain and stuff. So it's been raining for several days, and we've been trying to get out here to flip it upside down and put it on our handy fancy schmancy sawhorses. Mahogany wood, folks, mahogany. Yeah, baby. So, and that is that's not mahogany, that is Gymnolina, which I don't like that wood, but that Gymnolina that I got there is pretty decent wood. It does crack a lot when you nail it. I've showed you that before, and this will crack some too, but not as bad as the Gymnolina does, but nonetheless, everything works. So the problem with this is you can't see this underside here to clean this, see? So when we flip it back, we can do the cleaning on this if we don't get it good enough while it's upside down. So starting to rain again. So we'll probably, I want to work on this, but I don't want to get saturated in rain, and I got to run electric cords and stuff, and that's not good to run it in the rain for our power washer, so pressure washer, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I guess we will pack up. It is 3:30, so see, we still got a lot of daylight time left to, you know, get this stuff done, but I don't know. I guess we'll wait. Like I said, I can't use the power washer. I might could chip it though, but I want to power wash it first, because it makes it easier to maybe get under these shells. It blasts some of this sand out here, and you can kind of get under there and get a little wedge hold, a little flip it off of there, or pop it off of the bottom there. So okay, we'll hang in there. And again, we cleaned this stuff here with some Scotch-Brite pad, but a very soft Scotch-Brite pad, and some like pumice type soap that they have here. It's a little gritty. It's kind of it's what they wash dishes with here. It's comes in a little plastic tub, or even in a bar. But we rub that on our Scotch-Brite. Yeah, put that all the way under the, Watch out, there's a tree there. Okay, so anyway, and that one too, honey, so nobody grabs it. You have to reserve your stuff here because people will come and grab it, and then you ain't got no tires when you want to flip it back. There you go. They'll confiscate. Honey, put it down on the ground so it's not easy for them to grab. They gotta think there's a frog in there, and they don't want to touch it if there's a frog. Hopefully, I'll touch it. But anyway, that's it, folks. That's the job. What we got to do. And once I get this all cleaned out, I'll determine what I need to do here. I'll probably just paint it. Just put some epoxy enamel on it. Epoxy enamel is pretty tough paint. And I'll coat it. And also recoat that with every time that I paint on here, whatever paint I have left, I'm going to recoat all the edges, these edges here, because these are the edges, the corners here seem to be the ones that get worn through first. So I'm going to just keep layering it on this little 1/4 inch edge here, like a molding or that type of thing, but use the epoxy enamel, build it up as thick as I can. You know, just with normal coats. And then that's the next hole there, so we'll flip that one next. So anyway, and I guess we can work in this area. This area doesn't seem to be too bad for working. We're close to the electric power, which is over there. We can just string it across here. And that one's a little bit further, but still, we were up there, which is like a deluxe, you know, like when you go to like an RV park and you get the best spot in the RV park. That is the best spot in the RV park. This is a boat park though, but somebody stole it. They took my boat and put it down there, and then they claimed they always put their boat there, but their boat was not always there. Their boat was always over where that van is. So they're making up a bunch of stories, but so anyway, we're done for now. So we'll be back with more boat cleaning, boys and girls. This is what you do when you have a boat. A lot more work than you think, but really we haven't done any work on the bottom of these. One time I think we scraped them once, and that's it. Oh, it's starting to rain now. It's starting to drop a little bit more, so we'll probably get out of here pretty quick. So anyway, Paradise, I've jabbered enough. Paradise out.